If you're still relying on your team to manually follow up with leads, chase no-shows, and send the same manual emails over and over again, you're leaking time and money. Today, I'm breaking down 3 AI automations every business should be running. And the 3 AI automations I'm going to share with you today are not just about saving time, they actually move the needle in helping your business make more money. And these systems are ones that we actually build for businesses and deploy within a matter of weeks so they can get up and running seamlessly and start enhancing their business operations and driving more profit with the help of AI. If you're interested in having these AI automations that I'm going to share with you today built for you, then there's a link down below in the video description to my website. You can go ahead, book a call with me, and we'll chat to see if we can actually help install these systems into your business. But with that said, let's get straight into it. So the first one I want to talk about is an AI follow-up agent. Now, this is what happens when a lead comes into your business from ads, from organic, from word of mouth, whatever it is, right? The lead just comes into your ecosystem, they submit their interest, they fill out some kind of form, they start a conversation on WhatsApp. And what usually happens is that lead has to wait a very varying amount of time for someone to get back to them. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour, 2 hours, 12 hours, depending on the time of the day, right? So what we've done is we built this system where we use AI agents, a team of AI agents and automations to automatically respond to leads that come into our ecosystem at any time of the day and book them in for appointments or book them in for calls or get them closer and closer to becoming a customer, right? Whatever your sales process looks like. And the way this works right here is we have the lead entry. So as we said, new lead captured from the website form or referral, AI agent initializations, that we analyze the lead data and create a personalized outreach strategy. So we're using whatever information they gave us to then use that to create more of a personalized experience. Now, if we don't have any personalized information, then yeah, that's fine. That's not the case right now. But you'll see later on how this becomes important. So the first thing that happens before any communication is actually done is a CRM profile is automatically created in your CRM, right? Because it's so important to keep a CRM updated to make sure that all leads are followed up with, no one slips through the cracks, and you're closing as many deals as possible. So after that happens, your team also gets notification to say, hey, a new lead is in. Don't worry, we're handling it. And that's just to keep them in the loop just in case, okay? Then the AI agent selects a communication channel, the most optimal one based on the lead's profile and preferences. Now, usually, depending on where they come through, right? If they come through the website and maybe they already start a WhatsApp conversation, of course, we're going to continue the conversation there, right? And it also depends on your business and certain markets. Like some people prefer WhatsApp, some people prefer phone calls, some people prefer email, right? So it depends on these little nuances as well. This can be fully customized to the preferences of your customers. But essentially, the AI agent is going to do all 3, right? Not all at the same time, but it's going to be sequenced out to make sure that we get multiple touch points so that we can get in contact with the lead, get the information that we need, and move them closer and closer to becoming a customer, okay? So we actually have AI-powered voice outreach, right? Someone who actually calls you and sounds like a real human from your company, but it's actually AI agent. WhatsApp, which is like immediate responses, so your customer doesn't have to wait 5 minutes, 2 hours, 12 hours, whatever it is to get a response from you, and they can get the answers immediately, so it creates a better experience. And also email as well, right? If that's a preference for your customers. Then what we do is we evaluate lead response. So basically engagement level and also the response quality. Depending on whether we get a positive response or a no response, then the next stages happen. So here, if the agent sees that we're getting a positive response from the outreach, it will go ahead and direct to appointment booking, right? Or schedule a call or in-person consultation, whatever it is, whatever your business is optimizing towards. And if there's no response by, after calling them, WhatsApp, email, nothing, then we're going to schedule follow-up with different channel timing, okay? And this is what I was saying before, that we try different channels, but on top of that is also different timing. Like, okay, we couldn't get in touch today, no worries, let's just try tomorrow, right? And the cool thing about this is that the AI agents won't miss a beat. Your human team, on the other hand, humans forget to follow up and they don't check the CRM, they don't update the CRM, and they're doing other things. And the amount of leads that fall through the cracks is actually insane, right? And plugging these holes is going to completely transform your business because you spend the same amount of money on marketing, but now you're just going to close so many more deals. So your customer acquisition cost is going to drop, your profit per customer is going to increase, and you're going to get more leverage on your team as well because you're leveraging AI, right? So after this, we take them through the appointment booking process and also goes into a follow-up sequence to make sure that the leads actually show, which is going to be the second automation that I'm going to show you. But just final system updates, the CRM is just updated with what happened, call transcription notes, WhatsApp transcription, whatever it is. And it also, again, notifies the team to make sure that they're also aware that the appointment has been confirmed, okay? So let me show you the second one, which is all about the no-show saver. Now, if you schedule calls or appointments, be it online, in-person consultations, whatever it is, you know that no-shows are such a huge part of lost leads and lost customers, right? We all face those issues. So how do we actually plug those holes with AI? Well, we built an AI system with a bunch of different agents and automations that combine together to reduce no-shows. Okay. Now you're never going to get 100% no-show rate, right? That's not realistic, but this does decrease it dramatically. So what happens is we have the lead that books a consultation or call, appointment, whatever it is, and then the AI agent confirms the consultation with WhatsApp and email. Okay. It just instant confirmation sent. Here's the details. Here's the address. Like, this is what you need to know. Make sure XYZ, whatever it is. Okay. Then we have a schedule of automated reminders, WhatsApp messages. Again, this could also be just emails, depending on the preference of your customers and what channel they're most used to using. But it's timeline based, right? So we schedule these out staggered to make sure that we have that. And then 24 hours before the time of the appointment or the consultation, we have a confirmation check. So basically, the lead must respond to the message to say that they've confirmed. And what this does is it gets commitment, it gets buy-in, and it dramatically increases the chance that they're going to show up to their appointment. Okay. So what's happening here is that confirmation message is sent more like 36 to 48 hours before the appointment time. It also depends on when that person booked the appointment and what time their appointment is. So we can constrict the hours to like 12 hours, 8 hours, depending on that, situation. There's multiple scenarios that can be done. But let's just say, we send that message 36 to 48 hours before, and it's 24 hours before the appointment time, and the lead still hasn't confirmed, right? They haven't responded. So what the agent will do is they'll go ahead and call them, and it will say, hey, try to reach out to you just to confirm your appointment. We're super busy. We just want to make sure we got you locked in for that time. Will you make it? Right? Basically just confirm with them on the phone. And if they say yes, amazing. Okay. If they say no, try to reschedule. Okay. That's the fallback. And basically, if the call is unsuccessful, let's just say that they didn't answer, or maybe they said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show up, then it marks that lead as a no-show risk so that your team is also aware. Because the thing with no-shows is that it also wastes a lot of your team's time, right? Like, you have schedules, maybe if in person, let's just say you're running a health clinic or whatever, you're wasting a lot of time. The appointments booked that actually don't show, right? Those are slots that could have been filled by people who did show. So what this is doing is it's not just increasing the leads that show and turn into patients, it's also making your operations more efficient in terms when it comes to scheduling, right? So this is super, super powerful at also decreasing your customer acquisition cost. So this is another very, very powerful automation that you would want to have in your business for sure. Third and final one is AI lead nurturing flow. So this is what happens for the customers that didn't show to their appointments, right? The leads that didn't show up, they missed their appointments, whatever it is, okay? So whenever a no-show is detected, the lead just fails to attend the meeting online, in person, whatever it is, then we're automatically going to trigger a follow-up sequence. Now, what usually happens is that leads that don't show, they're never contacted again. Or maybe they're contacted once or twice to try and reschedule them back in. But it's very haphazard. There's no structured process to this, and I guess timeline that is based on when customers are most likely to re-engage with us, right? So when you have this, and again, this is another system that we built for businesses, and we can plug this into your business in just a matter of weeks and get you up and running. If that is something you're interested in, there's a link down below. But we built this to turn those no-shows and try and get as many of them back to booked appointments again, okay? Because what happens is most of the no-shows, like, they actually were interested, right? They booked an appointment in the first place for a reason. Now, something came up, right? Life happens. They forgot, like, all these things, right? So typically you can rebook about 50% of your no-shows, right? So let's just say you got 100 no-shows in a month. You could rebook about 50 of them. And that's crazy, because usually those leads would just go to waste, and you'd waste all that money that you spent to get those leads, and the time of your team as well. So this is like really, like, this stuff can completely change the face of your business when applied correctly. Okay. So we have no show detected. Then we have an immediate phone call. And this is important because we want to understand if the lead is going to show up, right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late, we call them. Then we have an immediate phone call that happens within 30 minutes of their consultation time. Because if the lead hasn't showed up, we want to try and call them early on to understand why they didn't show up, and try and book them in for an appointment right away. Okay. So that's the first thing that happens. The CRM is also updated throughout. Like you saw in the previous automations, we update the CRM. We keep that updated to make sure that each lead profile is up to date, right? And that the agents also know what to do next. Really, really important. And it's overlooked way too much within businesses. So then we have a series of like WhatsApp follow-ups, email follow-ups, and continuing to update the CRM. We want to follow up with them across multiple channels, just so that we get as many touch points as possible. Again, not all at the same time, but it's staggered depending on, again, what channel your customers are most receptive to. And the agent could even say, okay, well, the lead has been more responsive over WhatsApp, so let me go over WhatsApp first. Or the lead has actually not been replying to our WhatsApp messages, but they've actually been replying to emails. So let's go email first, right? And it can use a little bit of dynamic data from each lead in each specific scenario to ensure the best follow-up route possible, okay? And after that, we have a 2 to 3 week multi-channel sequence. Again, we just continue to contact them and reach out to them, because people also miss follow-ups, right? And they don't see the message, they miss the call, whatever it is, right? And the most important thing here is that we're not being annoying, we're just being persistent within reason and sharing value and giving them a personalized experience by resurfacing the pain points and the data that we collected within those first touch points, right? We have reasons why they booked a call and reasons why they were interested in the first place. So what we do is we use that data, that information that's stored in the CRM, to loop back in the follow-ups to say, hey, are you still suffering from this problem? Or you told us that you are suffering from this, or you have this problem, or you'd like to get this solved. Let's do it right now, right? Why not? Why wait? All these things, okay? And we're tying in direct response principles, consumer psychology. So that's not so much robotic and just the same message all the time. It's actually based on principles that are actually going to get people to come back and rebook that call and actually show up as well, okay? So even months later, right? Month 1, 2, and even 3, we have sustained engagement, okay? And the most important thing is that we're not contacting them every single day, right? These are staggered out, because sometimes, someone, yeah, maybe they thought they needed the thing right now, but maybe they just said, it's actually not the right time. I'm just not going to come, I'm not going to show up. So that doesn't mean that problem is not going to resurface, or it's not going to be the right time 1, 2, 3 months from now. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, most humans don't do this because they forget. They don't want to do the work. It's boring. It's they feel like they're getting nowhere. They feel like they're annoying the customer. Like, all these limiting beliefs that just aren't true, right? So what if you had an AI, like a team of AI agents that just did all this for you, right? You don't have to rely on your humans. You just have the AI workforce, not miss a single beat, get customers back, book those appointments, get those appointments to show up, and your team can focus on actually delivering an amazing service and closing those patients and getting them to come back and buy again and again and again. So those are the 3 automations that any business should be running right now. Again, if this is something you want to introduce into your business and you don't want to wait, you don't want to have to learn this stuff yourself, because yeah, the frameworks are pretty straightforward, but actually the building and the customization is where it gets more complex. So myself and my team, we have a team of developers where we come in and build these for you custom to your business, your needs, and also your customers' needs as well. Okay, if that's interesting, there's a link down below in the description, and I will see you in the next video.